Hi and welcome. I'm the Book Geek, also known as Kiava. I hope everyone has had a great start to the new year. I'm here today to talk to you about my winter TBR. So as you can see, the TBR wheel is back and I am going to try and stick with it more this year than I have in previous years. And I don't just mean spinning the wheel consistently every season. I mean actually reading the books that I choose from the TBR wheel. I'm still mostly reading books off of my shelf. In fact, once I spin the TBR wheel and decide on which books I want to read based off the prompts that were selected, my priority books basically are going to take top priority. So those are any books off my shelves that match any of the prompts. I'm also doing a challenge where I'm reading a lot of my Goodreads backlisted books. I'm starting from the last page and working my way up to the first page. Reading some of those books that I've had on my Goodreads want to read list for years now. So those will also take priority. I also have a priority reading list, books that I would like to read before I depart from this planet. So those are all top priority. Those are going to take precedent over any other books that I may want to read. Now, my winter TBR is going to consist of January and February. Usually it's a 3-month span. For instance, for spring, it will be March, April, and May. I'm going to spin the wheel 9 times for those 3 months. Basically, that's 3 books per month. 3, 6, 9, March, April, May. But because the winter portion of the new year is only 2 months for me, I will only be spinning for January and February, which means I'll only be spinning the wheel 6 times. These are not guaranteed books that I will read. These are just the 6 books that I want to try to get to before winter is over. Anyways, with all that being said, let's get to the wheel. That's why we're all here. These are not all of them. I have more over there. I'll switch them out as prompts start to come down. But today we have self-published, time travel, favorite booktuber, neurodivergent, wish list, book club pick, sorry about the sirens, TBR cart, co-worker pick, cover by, flip a page, acknowledgements, fairy tale, banned book, a book that's the same color as my top, niece pick, mom pick, priority read, and book club member pick. So I'll explain some of those prompts as they get selected. Now, let's do our first spin. Our first spin landed on fairy tale. Let's replace fairy tale with thriller. Second spin. Okay, so that time the wheel just did not want to stop. Originally it landed on niece pick and then it just kept spinning and it finally stopped at time travel. So we're gonna go with time travel. Let's replace time travel with A through Z random generator. Okay, this is our third spin. Okay, and the third spin has given us flip a page. Let's replace flip a page with ebook. What is this, our 4th spin? I think this is our 4th spin. Fourth spin landed on priority read. Let's replace priority read with student pick. Okay, 5th spin. Okay, we have I can't talk today, book club member pick. Okay, let's replace that one with sophomore book. This is our final spin. Okay, and our final spin landed on favorite booktuber. I'm gonna go select the books and I'll be right back to show you what I'll be reading for the winter season. So I am back to talk to you about the books that I found, that I already own, by the way, that match each prompt that was selected. For time travel, I have Outlander, which has been on my reading list for so many years now. In this story, we have a woman named Claire. She's living in present day and she gets transported back in time and she goes on this wild, crazy adventure. Highly, highly, highly recommend the show. For fairy tale, I decided to actually go with a book. I have several fairy tale, like short story collections, but I didn't want to read any of those right now. But I did have one of these Twisted Tale books. This one is Once Upon a Dream, and I think this is book 2 in the Twisted Tale series, but I also hear that you do not have to read these stories in order, because they're all their own individual story. They're not connected. And this one is What If Sleeping Beauty Never Woke Up? So that's the one that I have for fairy tale. It is a goal of mine to try and read all of these, once again, if I enjoy them. For book club member pick, I have to read a book that one of my book club members have recommended. When I first started my book club, when did I start the book club? It's been a year now. I started it October 2023. So I celebrated my 1-year anniversary of the book club October of 2024. So whenever someone joins, I tell them to give me a book recommendation. And it's my goal to try and make my way, work my way through all of the members' book recommendations. I have a whole list on my book club's Instagram page where I keep track of the books that book club members have recommended to me. We are a horror thriller book club, but the books that they recommend to me don't necessarily have to be horror or thriller. One of the books that one of my former book club members recommended, and she also sent me this book years ago, and I was supposed to read this book years ago, is Amy and Roger's Epic Detour. She has been trying to get me to read this book forever, and I have picked it up a couple times before, just haven't finished it. Did I even start this one? I cannot even remember. So I think this is a road trip story. Amy is not looking forward to her summer. Her mother decided to move across the country, and now it's Amy's responsibility to get their car from California to Connecticut. I live in Connecticut. The only problem is, since her father died in a car accident, she isn't ready to get behind the wheel. Enter Roger, an old family friend. He also has to make the cross-country trip and has plenty of baggage of his own. The road home may be unfamiliar, especially with their friendship venturing into uncharted territory, but together, Amy and Roger will figure out how to map their way. This kind of reminds me of that John Green book, Paper Towns. I think it's, road trip type of story, 2 friends, maybe more. I definitely will read that. I've been promising her I'm going to read this book forever. And that was a book that she recommended to me before she even started with my book club. And during the book club, she recommended that book. So it's about time I get to it. Next up, we have, priority read. On the screen, I will show you some of my priority reads. I made this list recently, and I think The Boy in the Striped Pajamas is the first book on the priority read list. I don't have to read these books in order, but I just decided to go with that one. And yes, priority read, The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. This movie was devastating. Devastating. This is during the whole Holocaust. We have a boy who was on one side of the fence living a normal life, and then he befriends a boy on the other side of the fence who's wearing these striped pajamas. The boy on the other side of the fence wearing the striped pajamas is a prisoner. The two of them become friends, and it just has a devastating ending. I don't think I would ever watch this movie again. I don't think I could ever watch this movie again. And I know the book is going to destroy me. I know it's going to destroy me. But it is a priority read. It is a book that I think is necessary and a book that I think everyone should read. Or something on this topic in general. It's history. For favorite booktuber, I ended up going to the same booktubers page that I ended up at before when I had to pick a booktube pick, the Shades of Orange. I tried a couple others, but most big booktubers, which my favorite booktubers are not all large booktubers, but the ones who were at the top that I clicked on first were larger channels. They're all reading 2024 releases. They're all reading brand new books. And I don't have a lot of 2024 releases. I'm not reading the same books that they're reading. Plus, I'm trying to get through my backlist. So I have a lot of books from previous years. And I know for a fact there are more than a few booktubers that I also watch who are also my favorites, who read backlisted books like me. So I went to the Shades of Orange. I just went down the list until I got to her. And of course, I clicked on one of her random videos and she had some backlisted books that she was recommending for a certain topic that she was talking about. And one of those was Road of Bones. This is a horror story. And the last one we got was Flip a Page. So basically for this prompt, what I have to do, I wrote it on the back also because I have so many prompts. Sometimes I forget. What I have to do is pick, somebody's screaming outside. So what I have to do is pick a random book, flip to a random page, point to a random word, and then I have to read a book with that word in the title. So since I have Road of Bones here, let's just choose this one. Okay, we're going to flip to a random page, point to a random word. Okay, the page is 49 and the word is nothing. Do I have a book with the word nothing in the title? I do. I have a book called Nothing. That's not it. It's called Nobody. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing But Blackened Teeth. I read that. Damn, do I have another one called Nothing? I gotta go search. If I don't have that book, I have to flip again. I cannot find a book with nothing in the title. I think the only one I have is Nothing But Blackened Teeth. I might have one in there somewhere, but I could not find one. So let's flip again. Let's try Road of Bones one more time. Let's flip, flip, flip. Okay, point. At. This might be harder than I think. This is gonna be hard. Whew. Oh my God, I finally found one for Flip a Page. So the first word we got was nothing, and I found nothing. And the second word we got was at. While I was searching, I saw one that would have matched perfectly, and it happens to be one of my favorite books, The Cabin at the End of the World, but I already read that. And then I stumbled across Last Night at the Telegraph Club. So we are going to read this one. Oh my God, that was so much harder than I thought it was going to be. Woo! All right, so here are the 6 books that I'm going to try and get through during the winter season. I will probably make it through half of these. I'm doing a readathon. My book club is doing a readathon right now, an Adam Neville readathon. So I'm going to be reading some of those books. So these are the ones I hope to get through. I'm very proud of myself because all 6 of these books came off of my shelves. These are books that I already owned, so I don't have to buy anything. That is the goal. That is the reading goal for my TBRs this year, to mostly read books that I already own. I also have books, ebooks and audiobooks. So those also count as books that I already own because they're already saved and on my list of books to read, saved on the Kindle, saved in the audio, wherever I'm listening to audiobooks at. So out of these books, the ones that I'm most excited for, of course, Road of Bones, because it's horror and I'm a horror girly all the way. The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, this is a priority. So, you know, I know it's going to devastate me, but I'm the most excited for those. And Outlander. These are the three I'm the most excited for. So those are the three that I'm probably going to start with. If I get to any of the others, great. If not, we're moving on. Let me know what are some books that you hope to get through for the month of January, February, or for the winter season, or however you do your reading. What books do you hope to make it through just for the week? Let me know what you're reading right now. Have you read any of these? What books do you think I should start with if you have read any of these? If you read any of these, what did you think about them without spoiling it, of course? Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go now. I'm going to go read. Right now, I'm currently reading Tales from the Secret Annex by Anne Frank. I'm listening to that one via audio. That's part of my Goodreads backlist books. It was one of the first books I added to my Goodreads when I joined Goodreads years ago. So I'm listening to that right now. Let me know what you're reading right now, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.